Have you ever been told breastfeeding is the most natural thing in the world? Then why do so many mothers struggle? Why do some mothers experience pain, cracked nipples, worry about making enough milk, or even question whether they are doing something wrong? If you've ever had these thoughts, you're not alone because in today's video, we'll be answering a question, we'll be answering the question, is breastfeeding really natural? It's an important question. We'll explore why breastfeeding is a normal biological process, why it can be challenging, the most difficulties new mothers um, face, when to seek help, and why caring for the mother's well-being is essential for breastfeeding success. If you're new to this channel, my name is Adanaya Ezanaka, and I'm a maternal and infant wellness advocate and also an educator. And in this channel, we'll talk about everything wellness promotion for mom and her child, or whatever can support wellness, well-being for the whole family, but especially for mothers and their babies from pregnancy to early motherhood. So let's dive into it. Is breastfeeding natural? The simple answer is yes. Breastfeeding is one of the most remarkable biological processes of the human body. During pregnancy, your body prepares to nourish your baby long before birth. Your hormones get stimulated to develop milk when your baby is born. Those milk producing tissues, and after your baby is born, the prolactin promotes milk production while oxytocin triggers the release of the milk. Your baby is also born with amazing instincts. Many babies uh, will naturally search for the breast, open their mouth wide, and begin suckling when place skin to skin with their mothers shortly after birth. I've seen it firsthand. Some people say, "Oh no, it's not true." It doesn't. I've seen it happen many times. Every time I go for a birth, because nowadays the hospital promotes that when a baby is born, the baby is dropped on the mom's belly, and they take their time. They crawl up to the mom's breast, and they find the nipple, and they start trying to suckle. Some can suckle almost immediately, while others have to, be guided and taught how to latch and all that. Beautiful process, I tell you. This beautiful coordinated process demonstrates that breastfeeding is indeed natural. However, there are important distinctions that a lot of people overlook. Natural does not always mean easy. Learning to breastfeed is much like learning to walk or ride a bicycle. It improves with practice, patience, and support. Both mother and baby are learning together. Don't forget that. In fact, research supports this. I'm going to link um, these researches that I found for this topic. I'm going to put them in the description of this video so that you can look them up if you want in that information. So research supports that a 2022 Cochrane systematic review found that mothers who received additional breastfeeding support from trained healthcare professionals or peer supporters or their support team, like lactation consultants, lactation counselors, and breastfeeding support team, we're more likely to continue breastfeeding and breastfeed exclusively for longer. This reminds us that while breastfeeding is biologically normal, successful breastfeeding is often strengthened by skilled guidance and encouragement. Yes. Why can breastfeeding be challenging? Yeah, you may have that question at the back of your mind or just even at the tip of your tongue. Many new mothers are surprised when breastfeeding doesn't happen effortlessly. It brings a lot of confusion and, like, it feels like you're incompetent. No, let's look at some of the most common challenges. There can be difficulty achieving a good latch. A deep latch allows your baby to remove milk effectively while keeping you comfortable. A shallow latch may cause sore nipples, cracked skin, poor milk transfer, and frustration for both mother and baby. Persistence, persistent pain during feeding is not something you simply have to endure. No, the pain will get worse if you don't fix it. It usually means that the latch or position needs to be assessed. The second challenge is when you say my milk isn't coming in, one of the biggest challenges during the first few days, yes, those first few days can be very challenging. After birth is milk supply. Many mothers expect their breasts to be full immediately after delivery. Instead, the breast first produces colostrum, often called the liquid gold. Although produced in small amounts, colostrum is rich in antibodies, immune cells, proteins, and nutrients perfectly designed for a newborn's tiny stomach. Mature milk usually increases between the second and fifth day after birth. This is a normal transition. And prenatal classes can help you know this even before your baby comes. Early skin to skin contact matters. That's the third difficulty. Whenever it is safe for both mother and baby, placing the newborn skin to skin immediately after birth offers remarkable benefits because it helps to regulate the baby's temperature, breathing, heart rate, and blood sugar. It also stimulates feeding instinctively, like it just happens, and promotes early breastfeeding. Another systematic review found that babies who experienced early skin to skin contact with their mothers were more likely to breastfeed successfully and continue breastfeeding for longer. Yes, this simple practice supports both mother and baby during those precious first hours after birth. Yes, those first few hours can make a lot of difference in your breastfeeding journey and in your wellness in general. The fourth one is breast engorgement. As milk production increases, breasts may become swollen, firm, and uncomfortable. And if milk isn't going out, then it becomes engorged, and that makes it difficult for the baby to properly latch. And it brings pain. But frequent breastfeeding, gentle hand expression, skin to skin contact, and effective milk removal usually helps relieve the discomfort of encouragement. That's a plus. So another one is nipple pain. Some tenderness during the first few days just because baby isn't latching properly. So, and this pain is a sign that adjustments are needed. The good news is that many breastfeeding problems improve quickly once the underlying causes are fixed, identified and fixed. So the other one is cluster feeding. Many parents become concerned when their newborn wants to feed almost constantly. This is called cluster feeding. During growth spurts, babies may feed every hour or even more frequently, or if and when they're feeding, they want to stay longer. This usually does not mean you have a low milk supply. Instead, frequent feeding stimulates your body to produce the amount of milk your baby needs to grow. The other one is worrying about milk supply. One of the most common questions is what mothers ask, am I making enough milk? Rather than judging your supply, you know, how full your breast is or how you think you should be pumping, look for signs that your baby is feeding well. Yes, this include regular wet and diaper changes, steady weight gain, swallowing during that clicking sound you hear when the baby is suckling, the swallowing sound when they are feeding, and your baby's overall contentment after feeding. How is their mood? Do they feel happy and all, jolly because they just had enough, they're okay, they're calm, or they just want to relax after like 5 minutes, they're so calm and then they start sleeping. All of that, those are like cues that you know that your baby is well fed. If you're unsure, don't hesitate to seek professional support. Very important. The other part is the last one I would say is there are many, but just let's make this the last one. Maternal exhaustion. Breastfeeding requires energy. Yes, you can be always tired and stressed and expect milk to come out like it should. Newborns often feed 8 to 12 times every 24 hours, while mothers are simultaneously recovering from childbirth. Sleep deprivation, hormonal changes, physical healing, and adjusting to your new life as a mother can make breastfeeding feel overwhelming. This is why maternal wellness is so important. Mothers need nourishing food, hydration, rest whenever possible, emotional support, and practical help from family and friends. Supporting the mother directly supports her baby. Yes. When should you seek help? Seek help, please. if breastfeeding remains painful, if your baby is having difficulty latching, if your baby is not gaining enough weight, according to the healthcare professionals, if your baby has fewer wet diapers than expected, if your nipples are bleeding, if you're in pain, yes, if your breasts become red, swollen, painful, or you develop a fever, if you feel overwhelmed or worried that breastfeeding isn't working, you know, or if you really feel depressed, that you're always crying, you're always feeling so sad, you don't even want to touch your baby, you don't want to breastfeed, you feel like you're the problem, the reason your baby is not breastfeeding, seek help. Remember, asking for help is not a sign of failure. It's an important part of evidence-based maternal care. Who are the professionals that can help you? A lactation consultant can help you. A breastfeeding counselor can help you. A public health nurse can help you. A midwife can help you. A family physician can help you. A nurse practitioner can help you. A pediatric health care provider, a postpartum doula can help you. A community breastfeeding support group can help. You do not have to navigate breastfeeding alone. Just find that support that works best for you, whether it's paid or unpaid, because there are some volunteer opportunities out there, but volunteer services out there and resources. If there's one message I hope you remember today, if you're struggling with breastfeeding, is that breastfeeding is natural. Learning to breastfeed is natural too. Both mom and baby deserve time, patience, and compassion, and support to be very good at it. Scientific evidence consistently shows that skilled breastfeeding support and early skin to skin contact improves breastfeeding success. But perhaps the most important lesson is this: healthier babies begin with a healthier mom. So seek help, get the help you need, rest, make sure you're well, you're fine. And then breastfeeding will be easier. As you're learning, your baby is learning, and everyone is fine. Because when mothers are nourished, rested, and emotionally supported and empowered with accurate information, they are better able to care for themselves and their babies. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share, and also follow. And if it will help another mother, please share to her. You may benefit from this information as she may benefit from this information as well. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take good care of yourself. Have a lovely week, because you matter too. My name is Adanaya Ezanaka, and I'm a maternal and infant wellness advocate. See you next week.